In the remote heart of Death Valley, a vast, sun-scorched lakebed known as Racetrack Playa holds a silent mystery. Here, heavy stones, some weighing hundreds of pounds, appear to move on their own, carving long, deliberate trails in the dry earth. For decades, the force behind their journey was a puzzle. No one had ever seen them move. Dr. Alistair Finch, a geologist who had dedicated years to this enigma, arrived as the sun began to dip low, casting the mountains in long purple shadows. He stepped out, the immense silence of the playa washing over him. It was a silence so profound, it felt like a presence. He approached a well-known stone, a dark dolomite boulder nicknamed Karen, and knelt beside its long, elegant track. He wasn't looking for ghosts or magic, but for a delicate confluence of conditions, a rare, perfect storm. As night fell, he set up a small, solitary camp. The sky, free from city lights, erupted into a brilliant tapestry of stars. He sat by his tent, looking up, feeling both infinitesimally small and deeply connected to the universe. Then a change. A cold wind began to whisper across the playa, carrying the scent of distant rain. The whisper grew into a howl. His tent fabric snapped and strained against the gusts. A rare winter rain began to fall, not a downpour, but a steady, cold drizzle that began to pool on the impermeable clay. As the temperature plummeted below freezing, the shallow water transformed into a vast, paper-thin sheet of ice. Dawn broke, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. Alistair emerged from his tent into a world transformed. The playa was a mirror of ice, the stones frozen in place like ships in a frozen sea. As the sun climbed higher, the ice began to groan and crack. A light, steady breeze picked up, blowing from the southwest. And then he saw it. The ice sheet, fractured into massive floating panels, began to drift. One of the panels, acres in size, nudged against a medium-sized rock. Beneath the ice, the playa's surface was now a layer of slick, wet mud. The rock, pushed by the immense force of the wind-driven ice, shifted. Slowly, at a speed of only a few feet per minute, the stone began to sail, scraping a new trail into the mud below. Alistair watched, breathless. All across the playa, a silent, slow-motion ballet was unfolding as dozens of stones were set in motion. This was it, the perfect, elegant answer, not one force, but a combination, water, ice, and wind, all working in perfect harmony. The sun grew stronger, melting the ice. The wind died down. One by one, the stones ground to a halt. They now sat in new locations, each with a fresh, wet scar trailing behind it, a temporary record of their impossible journey. Alistair walked out onto the now soft ground, kneeling by a new track. The mystery was solved. But knowing the science didn't diminish the magic, it enhanced it, revealing the subtle and immense power of the natural world. The sailing stones of Racetrack Playa would soon fall silent again, waiting for the next perfect storm to awaken them for their slow, secret dance.